Hey, what's happening, gamers? Whoops, we have Cat Cam on. How's everybody doing? Just a kind reminder that we have to run the music in order to keep the views of the channel stabilized. This channel is shadow banned, so we have to fight harder than any other content creator in the universe. You guys can always help by running the shorts, which some of you were, some of you were not. So the channel views did dip tremendously, so we are going to have to push shorts tremendously on this stream. This stream is not me going online by myself, it's playing online with you guys. Tomorrow will be more of the, what do they call it? Tomorrow the Mirror Cup will be tomorrow. So tonight is like a online thing with you guys if you want to play. If we don't get enough players, then of course I'll go and play online if I have to, but or find something else. But my parents were here, so we had a nice visit with them, and tomorrow we're gonna go out for pizza at a New York place in Pennsylvania. So, which getting New York pizza in Pennsylvania is always difficult because, well, you cannot capture the magic of New York pizza because you don't have the water.
There is no such thing as New
They
York.
try. They do everything that they can, but they can't duplicate it because the water is what makes New York pizza magical. It's because it's just, you know, Brooklyn water.
Honestly, I think it's the hard water.
Probably.
But, did you know hard water is actually sort of good for you? Hard water means that it has minerals in it.
Ah.
Like minerals that you could use, like actually need, like calcium, magnesium, etc. So it would give it a different taste.
All I know is it tastes good. That's all I care about. It's a, you know, New York pizza's good. Alright, so I could be regular Luigi. I'm gonna go with this Luigi. And then maybe I'll find costumes when we're doing stuff. It doesn't matter, because I'm gonna lose anyway. Somebody's saying Luke's gonna rage. I don't rage playing with subscribers. Even though I lose, like, really badly, it doesn't... If I'm trying to accomplish something, yeah, I might get a little heated, but I'm not really trying to accomplish anything. I'm just hanging out with you guys, so...
Hi everyone. Hi Miss Deanna. Hi Random Jazz. Hi Diana.
You can always go to New Jersey.
Hi Blues.
I'm not driving my parents all the way to Jersey.
Hi Later Gator.
Thank you, though, Miss Deanna.
Hi Granddaddy Otaku. Hi Jacob. Hi Brady. Hi Tim. Hello Juan. Hi Shadow Trooper. Hi Miss Deanna. Hi Miguel. Hello Anthony and Nehemiah and everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day. I was happy my in-laws ate my food and they really enjoyed it. I think I made them wait too long to eat it though. I feel terrible because our fridge broke apart in the middle of me making it. I can't seem to get any. I guess they gave Luke some. We had a T-shirt that we ordered two or 3 years ago and a sweatshirt, and we gave it to Luke's dad. I don't know if he likes it or not. I don't know if the sizes were good. I think the sweatshirt was an extra large and the t-shirt was a large or something, because I don't know what sizes. Oh, I hope your family... We should send them a picture of how I put the flowers in a carton of water. What do you think?
Yeah, I liked what you did there.
We should send them a picture knowing that they kept the flowers.
Yep, so if you guys would like to play XK1 5HV, we'll be doing Knockout, we'll be doing Versus. It all depends how many people we have here. And just remember, guys, we need you to run the shorts in the background. The channel is at 1,200 views. We should really be at 1,400 or 1,500 this time of night. The plan is to do a Mario Kart stream with you guys, and then Zelda's tonight, and then late tonight is Metamorpho for, at least I think that's how you say it, Jotaro.
The comic book character? Oh
no.
No, the cool,
the RPG
the anime
thing.
RPG.
I said it wrong, didn't I? It's Meta something. Metamorphosis? No. I don't remember.
That sounds familiar. I did it one of the times. The game is hard.
Yeah, you did one of the streams.
I did not do well on my stream. I failed miserably. But Jotaro is a sweetheart and was very nice to me. He's very kind. It was very kind of him. I made a...
Metaphor. Well, whatever it's called.
Metaphor.
Yep. So, remember guys, we need you to run the shorts in the background. We know a lot of you are not because the channel is losing views substantially quick. You're at 1,200 views. We really should be at 1,400, so you guys could easily run the shorts in the background because we can't post another short until like around 11 o'clock. So we're going to have to really push stuff. Like I said, we are shadow banned. We have views that are constantly drained from the channel every hour, like a vampire. Like we have like a, think like a Castlevania game where a vampire is stuck to you and they're just like sucking the plasma out of you. So the channel plasma is literally being drained every hour. The only way we can fight that is what's known as our organic views, and organic viewership is what comes from shorts while the live stream is on. So keep in mind, watch those shorts, really helps out a lot. So XK1 5HV, those are your things. We have Later Gator, Cosmic, Maximus, DD, OH, Jacob. Still not that many people to play just yet.
Should I try to join? Or
I would have to exit the room again.
No,
and then there would
I
just
don't.
be the two of us.
I think I'm in. I don't want to say, but I'm just in a mood to watch right now.
Yeah, that's fine. You cooked all day.
Right, little.
You cooked all day.
I'm glad that your family liked Link a lot. I'm glad that I didn't realize. So that was nice that.
Hi, sweetie. Yeah, you cooked all day. You cooked up a storm. Yeah, so if there's returning viewers and stuff like that, the old way of live streaming 2 years ago doesn't work anymore. Alright, my parents made it safely back to their campsite, and they said, have a good night, we love you, and all that stuff. Thank you for dinner is what they said. Oh wow, our newest ultimate is going into the Army, U.S. Navy. Ostendo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I need to get to his... I'm just waiting to get paid so I can get your game. We might actually have the Pokemon game here.
It's very hard to get into. You have to go to like all that training and stuff.
Yeah, that's when his boot camp begins.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I can't even imagine. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Should see if I got an email from the people I interviewed with.
I don't know, sweetie. Maybe you did. Yep, we have a lot of servicemen and women that have been ultimates over the years, and you know we really appreciate their support. And we're big supporters of you know, men and women that are in the armed services. I come from a military background. My dad was in the military. My grandfather was in the military. I can't serve because of problems, but you know, I really appreciate what, you know, the soldiers of our country do for us and how they protect our freedoms. So this is always a safe place for veterans and as well as people that serve. So my family has a wide variety of things. Military servicemen, emergency response people, firefighters, police officers, EMTs. People in the military that served were fighter jet repair crew, I guess they would call them, like engineers on a for the U.S. Air Force, a tank driver, and a doctor in military hospital. So that's what my family was. And then when they got out of the army, they either became cops or they went into service for like medical stuff. Mostly ambulance drivers. A lot of the guys who worked as doctors in the military ended up becoming like emergency response people. Like, because they were used to that. You don't really have a lot of stuff in the field, so they became ambulance people, which I think is kind of cool.
You look very cute. Okay.
I look cute? Well, you did cut my hair.
I think your family was just being nice saying I did it. Well, you always look handsome, though.
I think you did a good job with my hair, actually.
It's all right. It's okay. I like cutting it because then don't have your hair cut by some other girl trying to.
No, what other girl? You cut my hair.
I know. I get jealous of the hair cutting girls because they have their cutesy outfits on and they talk to you for an hour.
What cutesy outfits? They just wear the hair cutting coat thing. I don't see if they're wearing dresses.
I always hear them talking to you about stuff like, so what do you do for a job? And you talk about your work and they're like, wow, so you're an entertainer and you have a channel and you work for yourself. Wow, that's really amazing. And I'm thinking like, I will kill you. Do not talk to my husband about this.
You can have those thoughts, just don't say those out loud. To the hair cutting people. Nice move. See, I'm already in 5th place, so when people are like, don't get angry raging, it's like, I'm not gonna rage. I'm racing against subscribers. So.
Honestly, if I could go back in time, I think I would go to cosmetology school.
Yeah.
You can make quite a bit of money cutting and dyeing people's hair. And you can't accidentally kill anyone doing that. Whereas in medical assisting or being a nurse or a doctor, you can kill people in accident. Very easily, actually.
I hate to tell you this, but there has been accidents with haircuts.
I don't think so.
Yep, somebody has tripped and put a pair of scissors through somebody's skull.
Oh my gosh. How would that even happen?
It's because accidents just happen.
How could that even happen?
Trip over a customer's feet, trip over the bib thing.
Well, you should not trip.
It happens sometimes.
Look where
people
you're
are in a
watching.
rush. But I'm just saying, like, just about every profession that there is, someone has game over.
Alright, I can tell you a profession that you can never accidentally hurt somebody.
Okay.
Graphic artist.
Graphic artist? Yeah, even if your art's really bad, it's not going to kill somebody.
You can't hurt anyone.
Nope.
You send them the picture, and if it's not good enough, they ask you to redo it. You can't actually physically hurt
The only
somebody.
way a streamer could actually hurt somebody is if they're driving and streaming. Would be one.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, a cook, there's accidents in the kitchen. There's accidents at fast food places involving, like, the deep fryer. There's all kinds of stuff.
I'm glad Amber cuts Luke's hair because haircuts can be expensive, says Charles Demers.
Yep, Amber cuts my hair.
Even if I was a billionaire, I would still cut Luke's hair because I don't like the way that the hair cutting girls talk to my husband. It makes me very uncomfortable. And I usually like I have been there, sitting there reading a magazine, literally for 20 minutes and sitting there, on my little chair, 20 feet away, and I've listened to, I've had several times where I've listened to some girl talk to my husband and be like, oh, what do you do for a job? Wow, that's so interesting. Like, literally for like 15 minutes, and then finally they're like, are you married? And Luke's like, yeah, I do the business with my wife. And then they're like, oh, and then they change their tone, and I'm just thinking like, I am right here. Like, don't I'm so frustrated.
Funny, Ambi.
I feel like if we lived in the Viking Age, I would have to have a lot of fights to the death over you. I would have to constantly claim my property.
Yep. And just remember, guys and gals, we're always looking for fan assistance if they want. There's a super chat goal. Any color super chat is acceptable. It doesn't matter how big or small. Anything is better than 0. If we don't receive any super chats, the stream could be close to 5 hours long because we have to be paid for it. So that means we have to keep going until there's 1,000 views. If things start to go really bad, we do what's known as taking scheduled breaks on live streams now, which we had to do with Legend of Zelda last night. Legend of Zelda was a 4-hour and 50-minute live stream with 2 35-minute breaks. So we can try to push the views, because a YouTuber does not get paid unless they receive 1,000 views. So unfortunately, YouTube does not pay a streamer by the hour. They only pay if you hit the amount of views that they require. So.
Oh wow, Charles. Haircuts can cost up to $40 now? Oh
yes.
My god.
Haircuts are very expensive.
I thought haircuts were like $8.
Yep.
So maybe it's been a while since we've actually gone in for a haircut.
It has been a while. The last haircut we got in Pennsylvania was in 2018.
That's too much. That's too much.
It was during the... when I got hired, or not hired, when I had the opportunity to go be a FGC commentary person for Power Rangers Legacy Wars, you got me a professional haircut.
Yeah, but then they messed it up.
Yeah, and we ended up paying $20 for it.
Oh my gosh! Next time I'll just do it myself. Even if you're being paid $1 billion for an event, I'll be like, well.
Ambi, you've been cutting my hair since 2019, honey.
I'm just doing it myself because it's good enough. Especially when that guy with all the piercings and wearing like ripped up jeans, he had a high power job in the gaming industry. So why does it matter if I cut your hair or not? Like, it shouldn't even matter. As long as you're doing a good job commentating, it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, I think you do a very good job.
I mean, unless you really... Sometimes Luke likes somebody else to cut his hair because they take less time.
Yeah.
I take a long time to cut it because I'm trying to make sure I get it right.
You also told me after I stylized it, you might want to trim it more or something, unless you're...
if you want to, yeah.
Unless you like how it is.
Yeah.
Oh, my parents have the TV really loud.
Yeah, but thank you, Charles. Yeah, I'm sorry that haircuts are so expensive, everybody. That's terrible.
So anyway, the spiel got a little messed up. So memberships is just $5 a month. It really helps the channel out tremendously. And we do have the super chat goal available if you guys want to help. You don't need to feel pressured, but if you would like to help, it's right there. So, yep, Amber cuts my hair. Yes.
Sorry.
Yep, she cuts my hair. She did a great job. Right,
that's one of my many jobs.
We're at about 1307. Yep, and if you guys have Mario Kart World and you would like to play, this is not just open to members. This is open to anybody who, you know, wants to put the code in. The code for the race is in our in the description of this video.
When I apply to jobs, I should be like, what is your current job? I'll be like, my current position that I do, my current job that I do is being a wife. It's like, what do your duties include? My duties include getting groceries, writing down what my husband's favorite meal is, figuring out how to make that, cooking it for dinner, helping with the cats, hugs,
you want to know,
and hair cutting.
You want to know why the channel has less hourly views right now? It's because there was no live stream until 7 o'clock. The reason why we schedule live streams... The reason why we schedule live streams the way we do is so it keeps the views consistently up. So when we start a live stream at like... What is it? Usually around like 3 o'clock we get the music going, and then the stream actually begins at 4, like the gameplay. During that hour, the channel raises to like 12 or 1300. Then once the live stream starts and the YouTube short thing, we can get anywhere up to like 14 or 1500.
Charles Dummer says, and if people want to, they can also do a super thanks because I did it before. Thank you, Charles. That was very kind of you.
Yeah, whatever people want to give, it helps. Like, even if it's just like $1, because like every time there's a super chat, it increases the views of the stream. So the stream right now, after an hour and 21 minutes, we're still under 500 views, even with 80 people here.
I feel like I should have... I don't know. Today I'm playing hooky from doing my deliveries.
You're fine. Honey, you were in the kitchen cooking all day. I don't want you driving around. You said you were taking 2 days off from that because my parents were here. We had them come to the house, and then tomorrow we go to see them for a while. You know?
We're gonna be at their camper?
Be at their camper for probably like 30 minutes, and then we're gonna go to the restaurant, and then we're gonna go home. Something like that.
I don't know.
What? No. Oh.
I need to tidy up my
They'll be taking their own car probably.
Luke's family gave me very beautiful flowers.
Yep, Amber made a makeshift vase because we didn't have one, so she took an old milk carton and she cut it open and she put the flowers in and put water. It's actually pretty clever. Because we don't have a vase. Zelda broke the last vase we owned, which was given to us on our wedding. Just it was kind of a nice looking vase, but Zelda broke it one year when I think Zelda broke it when she was a kitten. I don't remember. She busted it.
It looks, I don't know.
There's a really nice made glass vase that had pretty like flower patterns in it or something. And Zelda broke it. Fell off the top of the fridge. I remember cleaning up after it. I think I actually got a piece of glass in my hand when I was cleaning it.
Yeah, Isaiah, we did the reaction to the Nintendo, the DK Direct this morning on the channel.
Yep, Amber did it. Amber hosted it because I was sleeping. I asked Amber, I said, my Zelda stream is going to be almost 5 hours long. I can't do the Nintendo Direct.
And Luke just looked at the DK Direct just now.
Yep, I just watched it now. It looks really interesting, actually. And Amber, I agree with Amber said. She was like, this should have been the game that they had at launch. I said, yeah.
Well, there was actually several people in the chat, such as Granddaddy Otaku and some other people.
Mario Kart is not a good launch title game. Donkey Kong is a good launch title.
Honestly, the thing that sold the game for me was all the nostalgia from the Rare games. That's what made me like the game more. Because I, truthfully, I kind of wish it was the same character model as the Rare games, but...
Yeah.
But... I kind of see it like he's younger. Like, DK is younger in this. Because Pauline is much younger, so DK must be...
I don't get the whole thing. So they're saying now that Pauline is an alien or something? Because she was a rock that turned into a person. But she comes from the surface, so I don't understand what they're doing there. Like, that's weird to me. And also, it looks like they're retconning the original Donkey Kong because Pauline was someone that Donkey Kong kidnapped when she was Mario's girlfriend.
Yeah.
So are they going to change Mario's origin too now? Because Donkey Kong and Mario had like this thing all the way back where they were, you know... I guess they're getting rid of Donkey Kong as being a villain, unless they're going to wipe everybody's memories or something at the end. Because now they have... Because Pauline is tied to the Donkey Kong franchise. Like, she always has been. But now it's like even more so.
Nintendo Ken Super Yoshi says, remember Luke, a delayed game is a good game, but a game that is rushed is bad forever. That's true. I mean, it's better that they had time to work on it than rush it.
No, I got... I mean, at least I didn't get 24th this time. That's something. Mario Kart World.
I mean, people bought the game because it was the only game for the system, but that doesn't necessarily mean people like it. I mean, people like it, but they probably would have had something more exciting instead. I mean,
Out of the 3 to 4 million Switch 2s that have sold, Mario Kart has sold, I think they said about 1.9 million, which is not bad.
And also remember though that lots of people have bought the Switch 2 without buying Mario Kart. They just bought the Switch. They weren't even interested in Mario Kart.
Which is weird, but it is.
Well, no, I mean, it kind of shows that maybe DK would have been a better game.
Well, the thing is, like, launch window usually means within the first month. Donkey Kong is coming out like almost like, what is it, the 17th of July? It doesn't really count as a launch window game. Launch window in technical terms is like either 2 to 3 weeks after a system comes out. Is usually how we in the, in the game journalist space used to define things, and how they do with NPD sales and stuff like that. So technically Donkey Kong falls outside of the launch window because it's month 2. Because, month 1 was June 5th, July 5th starts month 2, and Donkey Kong is going to be the big game for that, but it's kind of just outside of the launch window now. And it looks like Nintendo's going to be releasing, like, first-party stuff all the way through December. Like, one big first-party game a month. Because August, we're going to have Kirby, which is the Kirby and the Forgotten Land with the DLC and stuff like that. Yay! Yeah, same game again. Then you're going to have probably Metroid will be September or October. I thought isn't Mario Jamboree DLC or something in July as well with Donkey Kong? Or is that... Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sales.
Well, I don't know. I didn't.
I wish that. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is over 68 million units sold over the course of its run. They're counting the 10 million that were sold on Wii U. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold 58 million, and then they combined the other 10 with Mario Kart 8 on Wii U. And that was over the course of its entire lifespan. Because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, what it did that was so interesting. Thank you very much for the super chat. We appreciate your generosity. What Mario Kart 8 Deluxe did so well is it revitalized a Mario Kart game that was just kind of like, there. And it added new life into it. Because, like, all these people bought it when it came out in 2017. And then they added more content to it, which extended the life for almost like 2.5 years, or almost 3 years, with the booster pass stuff.
Yeah.
So by the end, like after, I guess they're counting 2024, 2025, Mario Kart in total, 68 million, which is great. That's very good. I wish that the brand new, like, Switch 2 console would be, like, in the 10 or 15 million. I think that by the time Christmas rolls around and the year ends, I think that the Switch 2 will have sold 35 million worldwide. I think that's a very easy number, like, for them to hit. Even though they didn't start selling the system until the summer, and the Switch 1 had, like, the spring, like, it kind of springed ahead, because it was a spring release. Thank you, Miss Deanna.
Thank you, Miss Deanna, for the super chat. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat, Miss Deanna. Thank you for your help. Also notice the main bad guys in Void Company all have the name Kong. Grumpy Kong, Poppy Kong, Void Kong. Are they all related to Donkey Kong?
I guess we'll find out. I don't really know how it works, but...
Because if they were, family gatherings would be awkward if that was the case, says Miss Deanna. Yeah, you have some evil people in your family that are super villains. So, it's like having Doofenshmirtz as your uncle or something.
Doofenshmirtz as your uncle. Alright. Alright, so if we get more people, we'll do knockout. Let's keep doing verses.
Yeah,
for
but
now.
I mean, I like Mario Kart, and I was just actually responding because so many people in the Donkey Kong Direct. It wasn't just one person. Like, literally, I had, like, several comments about it, saying that should have been that should have been the launch title. But, of course, and I mean... I don't know, personally, I I think I don't even remember what I said at that point. I just said, well, maybe they. I said yeah, I do remember what I said. I said I thought they. I said maybe they wanted Donkey Kong to come out later so they could try to sell another wave of Switches. But I mean, the problems with Mario Kart is, you know, what we've seen on. I mean, we have had a huge drop off of people watching. And when you have a huge drop off of people watching, it generally means that, you know, the game is not very exciting to watch after a while.
We have more people watching Breath of the Wild than Mario Kart. Like the amount of people, like, I mean, 70 people is great, but we have like 120 people, like almost every stream watching Zelda.
We've had several games that have had a huge drop off of people watching. I feel like Fantasy Life had a drop off.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Fantasy Life started at 100 people, and then and every stream was 45.
Several RPGs that we've done have had drop offs of people watching. Like RPGs we really enjoyed that we wanted to show off. Like, just had a huge drop off of, after a while, people just didn't care. So I feel like for Mario Kart, we have had that. I mean, it's not, I feel it actually has occurred, because we've had to like beg people to watch the shorts and stuff to keep the views up, because nobody's watching, because basically because what's happening is, like when we were doing the free roam especially, we're just running around trying to find all these extra things. That was frustrating, because it you know, right now we're in a race and it's really fun music and stuff and exciting, but like when you're doing the free roam, there's hardly any music on the open map at all. So
No, I mean, there's music constantly in this game, but it's like it's barren. No, I mean, most content creators have already finished their coverage of Mario Kart already. Like they've done everything they can in the game, and these guys are complaining about, you know, what's next with Nintendo, and it's like, well, I mean, you had like 20 games come out for the system. If you've never played Cyberpunk is amazing. You know, we can't show it on this channel, but the fixed version of Cyberpunk that they have on Switch 2, you know, and you're over the age of 18, I would strongly recommend people play it. Yakuza is a great game.
Yeah, I mean, I think this does have a lot of content. This does have a lot of replay value for people who really love Mario.
I like how playing online with people, like our subscribers and members and stuff like that, is just so, like, usually when we would play online with people, it would be really bad. And when I mean really bad, I mean, like, you could tell. There was a joke that we used to have, like, going, not just us, but gamers in general, with Nintendo's online service. Like, people would make fun of it because it wasn't as good as, like, PlayStation or Xbox. You could tell if you were playing online with Nintendo because there would be problems. The online aspect of this game is smooth.
Yeah,
I've barely run into anybody that has, you know, a terrible, like, online, like, aspect to it. Like, not just lag from their side, but Nintendo has done such a good job of making, even when you play Knockout with random people online, like, they've done such a fantastic job of making a online system that works. And I'm excited for whenever they make a new Smash Brothers or whatever. But I have noticed some of the problems that we had with the Nintendo Switch going online. If you try to play those Switch games online with people, there's still problems.
Yeah. I would say I kind of, well, just because I, you know, not as familiar with as many wide range of games as you, Luke, but I would say comparing like the way that people would be very interested in playing Mario Kart World continually and getting everything from it and trying to 100% it is kind of the same kind of crowd as you would get from somebody who's like, it kind of reminds me of how you really love playing Harvest Moon.
I love Harvest Moon.
You could play that forever.
Yep.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that it is going to be a system seller or something that people would find exciting that is going to sell a lot of units. I feel like the same thing for Mario Kart. It's like Mario Kart is a system seller in a way because, you know, you have all these cool races and stuff, but after a while, like the free roam part is not a system seller, I feel like. If that was the whole game, just the free roam, it would not sell anything. People are buying, like most people I feel like are buying this for not for the free roam, but for the races.
The reason why Mario Kart Deluxe did so well is because Nintendo kept injecting new life into it. It was a great game that they... Ah!
Hey!
Hey! Not in my house, mister. Don't do that to Zelda. Sorry, guys. Oh, my gosh. Ah! Bad kitty. Get her dinner first. What was I saying? Oh, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was such a fantastic game because it increased the longevity of Mario Kart. Like, it is the top-selling Mario Kart game of all time because Nintendo breathed new life into it. They gave us guest characters. They gave us 94 courses.
Yeah.
If that thing didn't sell 70 million, I would be shocked because it was around forever. They advertised it so well. They added content that fans of Mario Kart and Mario in general have wanted forever. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, and it's funny because when they announced Mario Kart World, and people asked what I thought about it, I said, I actually, if I could prefer to get either Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or Mario Kart World, and I didn't have either of them, and I would choose one, I would get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If I didn't have either one, because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is such a love letter to all these retro courses, and I just felt like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had more nostalgia, more throwbacks to old courses, everything. Whereas Mario Kart World is like Mario Kart Forza.
Yeah, kind of. It is like Mario Kart Forza. And eventually, you know, I'm confident, at least I hope, that Nintendo's going to do exactly what they did with Mario Kart Deluxe. They're going to add new stuff to the game.
I think that will make it not just a system seller, but the more that they add to it, then people will say, oh wow, like this game is actually adding more courses. Maybe I should get a Switch too. Like, oh my gosh, they've done like 2 waves of new courses. Oh my gosh.
I don't think Switch 2 is going to have any trouble selling. We've got Metroid later this year.
Yeah.
You know, we have that Zelda, like, Hyrule Warriors thing that everybody's excited about. We have, you know, Donkey Kong, which really surprised me.
Yeah, the Donkey Kong game looks so much better than I thought it was going to actually be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really thought it was just going to be him smashing stuff and goofy music, and that was it. But the fact that they have this whole thing going on with Pauline and her music abilities and, like, this lore about Pauline's origin and her, like, relationship with Donkey Kong, that they're friends, and that they're having all of these, like, throwbacks to the rare Donkey Kong series, like, you know. And that was nice that Leroy actually showed us a shot of Dixie.
Yep,
and
I
Diddy
saw
Kong.
Diddy and Dixie Kong, like, but they didn't announce them. They just, like, briefly showed them real quick, like, bam.
Them in there for a second if you miss it, or
Blink and you miss it,
blink
yeah.
and you miss it. Yeah, like the fact that they had some of my favorite Donkey Kong songs from some of the classic, like, you know, Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 2, like, songs in there. And they also have the DK rap, which I really love a lot, actually. I don't know why some people don't like it, but they had the Donkey Kong 64 throwback, so.
Yep, they had Donkey Kong Country throwback, they had Donkey Kong 64.
And I was saying, like, well, I'm glad that they're talking about classic Donkey Kong. That makes me happy. And PJ said something, actually, they're referencing all Donkey Kongs, because, you know, they didn't actually make a new goofy design for Donkey Kong. They actually made the design from the original Donkey Kong. Like, he actually is a retro. In reality, everything in this game is a throwback, because it's throwback to the rare games, and Donkey Kong's design is a throwback to the original, like, way long ago Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, from the arcade machines and stuff.
Pause real quick. Hey, Jotaro, are you still good for, the Metaphor game tonight after Zelda? Can you do it? Modern Donkey Kong is objectively better. What's considered modern Donkey Kong? Do you mean Donkey Kong Country Donkey Kong, Rare Donkey Kong, or are you talking about cartoon Donkey Kong?
Thank you for the super chat, Jacob Langlet. We could play some more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Nintendo Switch if we can. Try, says Jacob.
I don't think it'll work, Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob.
I would love to, but the fact that Dokapon didn't work and I tried to play online with somebody else, like on a Switch game, like Switch 2 works. For whatever reason, it works.
Jotaro says he is ready.
He is ready? Okay, good. So then Jotaro is good with After Zelda, because I'm only doing one Zelda stream tonight. Modern Donkey Kong is Retro Studios Donkey Kong? What's cartoon Donkey Kong? The new Donkey Kong looks like a cartoon character. He looks like... The Donkey Kong I grew up with in the 80s looked like a cartoon character, and then Rare, like, changed his design for Donkey Kong Country. And it looks like Nintendo went back to the more cartoony, expressive look for Donkey Kong in 2025. So, you had a more mature-looking Donkey Kong, and now they went back to the cartoon design. Which, I mean, now you're going to have a very expressive Donkey Kong, like you did... Well, you guys weren't born in the 80s, but... Like we had in the 80s, all the marketing for Donkey Kong, he looked like a cartoon villain. He has very big eyes and almost like kind of like the Mickey Mouse or the Disney style eyes that they did for characters like Pete and stuff like that.
Oh wow, the new Donkey Kong game is gonna take place before Mario Odyssey, before Pauline became mayor. That's awesome.
Well, of course it would take place before Mario Odyssey because she's like 13 or something, right? But, like, how are they... I just don't understand how they're going to do it, because in her first appearance, Donkey Kong kidnaps her, and she's Mario's girlfriend. You know?
Yeah.
In the whole point in the 80s was to save Mario's girlfriend, and then apparently they broke up before the events of Super Mario Brothers, where they end up, you know, going to the Mushroom Kingdom and meet Princess Peach or whatever. So
we'll be praying for you. Uncle Howdy says I have to be away for a while because I'm having surgery.
Okay, we'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers. I'm sorry you're having surgery, buddy. I hope you have a, I don't want to say great surgery because surgery is never fun, but I hope that everything goes well and that your recovery is, you know, not very painful and that everything goes better for you. Because, you know, recovery from surgery is never fun. But we'll be here when you get back. Whoa. Hey, Link. Dad really thought that Link was going to climb on his lap. Oh! Yep, hello, Link. Thank you for climbing all over me. I appreciate that. I just had Amber's cooking. You're definitely helping that digest better, not.
Did you guys hear they brought back the Marvel swimsuit issue, says Charles Denver.
Yep, we know about that.
I have heard about that.
Marvel Rivals will incorporate the swimsuit costumes sometime this summer. I don't know when, though. I haven't really been doing a lot with Marvel Rivals. I'm still surprised that Marvel Rivals hasn't announced it coming to Switch 2 yet. When they have, like, you know, versions of Fortnite and other stuff getting Switch 2 versions. Still haven't had a proper Marvel Rivals announcement for Switch 2. Which, if they can get things like the new Doom and other things working on Switch 2, then it's a surprise that they don't have Marvel Rivals yet. Link, stop climbing all over me, please. You're literally putting your paw right into my stomach. I know I'm fighting for 12th place, but still, I don't want you jumping on me. It's painful. You know? Like, you have so much space. He's really adamant about being, like, right between the two of us.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Tim.
Pay up, Amber? For what?
No idea. I don't respond to crazy people. Thank you, Tim, for putting the light show on my page on Facebook. I will check that out. Thank you so much.
Wait, you guys are saying a split timeline theory now, like Zelda? So Mario has two timelines? Okay. Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm really curious to play the new Donkey Kong game. I think it looks fantastic. And not only that, the gameplay looks fun. And the story is interesting. I kind of want to see how Pauline was turned into a rock creature and became human. And, you know, what they're going to do. Are they going to fast forward, like, after the events of when Pauline's a little kid and she ends up going to the surface and stuff like that? Is she going to forget about Donkey Kong? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. kind of curious about that. All right, so that was race number 2.
Oh.
If you guys would like to join, it's XK1 5HV.
Oh wow, interesting, Jotaro. There is a theory that is because the original DK is actually Cranky Kong, so the original lady that he's capturing is actually Pauline's mom.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay.
Oh, the lag connection gave you a second place. Sorry to hear that, Cosmic.
Every single Mario game is what? Generally doesn't matter. Every superhero mute literally said every single Mario is Mario. Oh, okay, so there's no continuity. That's a bummer. XK15HV.
I feel like Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to be emotional after seeing the end of the direct. That part made me almost shed tears, says Maximus 1216. Yeah.
You're happy about Pauline doing full-blown voice acting? I mean, she sounds cute in the game. And she doesn't sound like an annoying Navi type either. So that's always a plus. Probably grabbed a Tanuki leaf. Oh, and doesn't know how to use it? Okay. How's our day going so far, Sweet the Cat? We hung out with my parents, and we're hanging out and playing Mario Kart with you guys. I have 2 other live streams later tonight. I'm just kind of hanging out with my wife, and we've got a cat between us. Remember, guys, to watch the shorts if you haven't already. We got to keep those short views up. Or not the short views, excuse me. We got to keep the channel views up. We're about 1290. The previous hour was 1300, so we're slipping.
Yeah, it was nice of your family to say, like, maybe Amber won't have to do her second job for a while, but like for a week or something. They gave. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it was nice having a couple days off.
It would be nice if like YouTube would actually pay us though, because we still haven't been paid from our employer yet.
And that's why I like to do a second thing, just so I can get money for stuff like gas and you know, cat food and stuff like that.
You miss our old cats? We miss our old cats too, but we have plenty of love for our new cats. Link and Zelda.
Cute. I mean, cats don't. I don't want to say it in front of Link, but cats don't live as long as people.
Yeah.
Like you can live a lifetime and have like 5 or 6 cats in your life, and you know they're not gonna live as long as you because they don't live like 80 years.
Yeah. We'll probably have, by the time I'm in my 80s, we'll probably have had like 10 cats in total.
They just
probably,
you know, they're just here. They love you for the time that they're here, and then it's sad when they go, but better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all.
Yeah. If you're lucky enough to have a cat for 20 years, you're very lucky and very blessed. Most cats, you're lucky if you get 15 years from them, because they get all kinds of they get diseases just like humans do. They get cancer, they get liver problems, you know, and they're smaller too, so it's harder to take care of them when they get sick. Their organs are much smaller than a human's organs.
It's much easier for a cat to get sick and have a medical problem than a human being, because there's so many things that can make them extremely sick.
Also, cats are stupid. They eat things off the floor that you thought you swept up. So, you know.
Yeah, like if you...
Humans aren't like eating things off the floor or eating, you know, animals or stuff that they kill. There's all kinds of factors.
If they eat like something like an onion or chocolate or anything that they're not supposed to have, you know, they can get extremely sick.
It looks like we have a small group tonight. I've been posting that room info, so I guess we're gonna do a knockout tour, guys. We have Super Yoshi, we have Danger here, Maki, Jacob, Helgi, DD, Maximus, Cosmic, Later Gator, and me, which is Nightwing. So we're gonna do our first knockout. Me. Yep. And remember, guys, the code is free if you would like to join. It's literally, you know, we've got like 80 people here. You know, if you want to race with us, you're welcome to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And then after that, it's going to be Legend of Zelda later. Thanks to the generosity of Miss Deanna and Jacob, the stream is at 600 views now.
Oh, thank you, Miss Deanna and Jacob.
It would not have gotten to 600 views before the 2-hour mark if it wasn't for the super chats. Which is true.
And thank you to all the members and ultimates in the chat. Thank you for your help. Thank you especially Miss Deanna and Jacob for helping the stream.
I can't read it. With Pauline and the bosses in Donkey Kong, they give Splatoon vibes? Interesting.
I could see some elements of Tears of the Kingdom in the Donkey Kong.
In the new Donkey Kong game?
Yeah, because he uses so many innovative things that he uses the rock for.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like they use some game mechanics from Tears of the Kingdom to make Donkey Kong, because you know you can make that rock spin and then hop on it, kind of like you could make your own boat and then hop on it. And then, like, you could also, you know, kind of like, even in Tears of the Kingdom, you could go through the world, like, you could go under something, like, you could go in a cave that was underneath something.
You mean Tears of the Kingdom?
Tears of the Kingdom, and in this game, you can actually go under the earth, but you can't, like, morph there.
I like the fact that I can destroy stuff. Whatever I want to destroy in the game, I can, and there's no consequences for it.
Yeah.
If I want to, like, literally break as many things as I want, I can. That's very appealing to me, because I like fully destructible environments. That's always fun. That was a very common thing, like in the 2000s. There was a lot of games that utilized fully destructible environments. So I always get a little kind of like, oh, that's interesting. So if I want to destroy this beautiful sculpture, or, like, you know, change the terrain at my leisure, I can do it. That's a very exciting prospect for me. I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of fun. Why not?
I'm amazed at how many things they added to games now, like photo mode, you can change the color of the fur, you can change outfits. Like, in older games, you can do all of these things. Like, this is insane that all these games have all these add-ons now.
Blame the Arkham games for, like, starting the whole photo thing. Ever since, I think it was Arkham Knight, yeah, it's been like the camera thing ever since 2015. It's been in every game now. It's like everybody wants to do the photo mode, and photo mode is cool because, you know, you can make your own custom thumbnails if you have time. Like, people have been getting on my case, like, instead of using renders, why don't you just make really cool custom or, you know, using the characters and stuff. It's like,
it takes so much time to transfer it on.
Back in the day, I used to put stuff onto my Twitter and then I would save it to my computer, but they removed the ability to add photos to Facebook and Twitter. So, I mean, it's just like, where are you going to share your pictures to? You can't really share them on social media. So I miss that. I miss, like, you know, seeing the ability to share pictures and stuff like that. Then I just copy them and put them on my computer. The process is much longer now.
Basically, because we stream so much, we can't always take all those extra steps to, like, go into the program, start recording footage of the game, get a high quality image, screenshot, capture it, put it onto the computer, put it onto a portable hard drive, transfer it to another computer where you can do Photoshop on it, make it into a thumbnail, then go and repeat the process again. It's like, mainly because we're streaming so much, it's like grab an image, throw it on the thumbnail, start the stream. So that's like, we don't have as much time because we're streaming so much.
I mean to change the thumbnail sometimes, but after I've been streaming, like, for a total of 11 hours, I'm just so beat. Like, I can sometimes, this guy here, he'll jump on my lap, and before I know it, like, 2 hours will disappear because I space out because he's so warm.
Like, case in point, like the thumbnail I made for this morning's Direct. Like, I really thought I really wanted to use the ending screen with Donkey Kong and Pauline and a really cute picture. But I just didn't have time to go through. I mean, we could easily use our video recording program, get that screenshot, transfer it to a portable hard drive, transfer it over to a computer that has Photoshop, and then transfer it and do the whole thing. But I didn't have time for that because I had so many other things to do. I had to cook, I did.
You did amazing cooking.
So it's like, thank you. So it's like, basically it's time, you know, that's the time constraints. So I just grabbed whatever picture I could find.
No, I'm gonna lose. Oh, I lost. You can send them to the Nintendo Switch app. I might experiment with that, Brady. I'm just learning the Nintendo Switch app now. We lost! Oh no! It's over, we lose. Okay. Knockout, whoops. Yeah.
If I had my own computer, which I don't,
Yeah, I know.
that had Photoshop on it, I mean, well, actually no, I couldn't do it anyway because I would have to have my own computer and my own game system to be doing things like that while Luke is streaming. That would be ideal. While he's streaming, I could be doing all the art. And that's actually what I used to do back in the day because I did have my own laptop for art back in the day, but that computer's long gone.
You find photo and art mode very interesting. Yeah, so apparently when you, I guess, take a photo on your Nintendo Switch, you can move it to the Switch app on your phone.
Yeah, but I mean that might help, but I don't.
Well, you would still have to then email it to yourself,
It
or
would
yeah.
be the same thing because I still wouldn't be able to use Photoshop on my phone.
Yeah. I don't even know how one would use Photoshop on you. That's how I know. How are we doing now? Ooh. Alright, guys, we gotta keep up the pressure. A lot of you aren't running this in the background. We need you to run it in the background. So don't forget to do that, okay? It really helps out a lot. And that's just the shorts playlist. That's known as organic views. It will cycle through many different things. It'll keep the channel stable. Because we need to keep it stable.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Oh no, we're already secret. We just need to keep things stable. I don't care about thousands and thousands of views. I just want to do what I can do to get paid. I don't care about like any of that stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, if you guys like Mario Kart better than Donkey Kong, I mean, everyone's up to their own personal choice.
I like this.
I think gaming is something where you can choose what kind of games you enjoy.
Yeah,
It's really a personal choice.
I like the Switch 2 like year one. I think the Switch 2 year one lineup is pretty good. I don't think it's better than the Switch 1 lineup because we had Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart. You know, we had ARMS and brand new IPs. They haven't really tantalized us with a lot of new IPs. Like Mario Kart is an old franchise with a new spin, you know? So it's new, it's not a port. But then Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are just ports of Nintendo Switch games. Brand new Donkey Kong game next month, right? But then I think Mario Party Jamboree is in July. So that's just the Switch 2 version of, again, a Switch 1 port. And then in August, we don't have an actual Nintendo Switch 2 game. What we have is Kirby, The Forgotten Land, which again was a Switch port. And then in order to play the brand new DLC that is only available on Switch 2, that's, you know, the Kirby game. But that's the only really new stuff,
it's like
though.
An update, but they updated it.
An update that is locked behind a brand new system, right?
Right.
And then we closed the year with non-ports of Metroid and the Zelda game, and whatever surprises. What I'm honestly shocked about is we got another Nintendo Direct just for a game itself, and Nintendo still hasn't shown us their plans for the summer. Like of what because there are games coming out for the Switch 2 this summer. You got Lego Party, you've got a bunch of other games. And they haven't really made a proper Nintendo Direct to show you the games that were announced, which there weren't that many at Summer Game Fest, but there were some.
Yeah.
And, you know, a Nintendo Direct is supposed to build hype for the system, like going into the fall and stuff like that, because at this point, I don't know if they're going to do another, like, Nintendo Direct until probably late August at this point. I don't even see them doing it in July. Because I don't think they're going to have an entire Nintendo Direct dedicated to Mario Party Jamboree. I don't see that happening. And the Kirby game is, again, just DLC. So they're going to need to do something to keep, like, people's interest. Because they've done a full Nintendo Direct for Mario Kart. And they did a full Nintendo Direct for Donkey Kong. But it's like, what about the other stuff? I think the Delfino guy won. I don't know who that was, though. I got eliminated at 17th place, and the winner is Maximus. Nice job, Maximus.
Good job, Maximus.
Very good, very good. So that, to me, it's surprising that they don't have a new... Because they always have a Nintendo Direct in late June. Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're losing people who are playing online. If you guys would like to play, the code again is XK15HV. That is your code. Feather shortcut for the win. Nicely done.
Awesome.
Yep. If you guys would like to play, that is the code.
I thought food was the code.
Technically, food is the code, yeah. We're almost back up to 1,300, guys. Keep it up. I know it's a long, arduous process every day, but we got to do it. It's not fun for us either to ask people to watch the shorts or to make like 3 shorts a day. It's a lot of work.
Thank you for people for watching them. We appreciate your help.
Yep, thank you guys. Because without your help of watching the shorts and doing super chats and stuff, the channel would be in bad shape like every day. Super bad. Yep, that's the code if you guys want to play. Ugh. Yeah, there was, you know, the Switch 2 lineup was pretty solid. I can't, some of the games I can't show on this channel, like Hitman and the Yakuza one is not a one that you could really get away with showing. Like, the Pirate one had a lot of fun stuff to it that you could, you know, easily show it and avoid certain areas, but most of Yakuza 0 takes place in a brothel. So, like, one of the key characters is actually in that red light district for most of the game. So there's no way I can show it on this channel. Even if I was playing in Japanese, like, it's still heavily implied that things are happening, like, in those places. Hitman is all about, like, you know, killing people in very creative ways. I'm trying to think what else. The Rune Factory game is possible, but I would much rather play that one Capcom game, like, at the end of this month.
Yeah, I like Rune Factory, but like we just said about, like, I just said about Harvest Moon, like, it's a great game series, and Rune Factory is similar to Harvest Moon, and I feel like it would have a huge drop off of people not watching.
Yeah, that's the problem I would have with it too.
Even though I don't have any problem with Rune Factory, and I don't think anyone else has a problem with it. That's the thing, what I mean when I talk about drop off. I think people enjoy watching it for a few days.
Like,
but then after that, they just don't. I've
heard Bravely Default is really good, the remaster, but again, we'd run into the same problem that we had with whatchamacallit, with Fantasy Life. Yakuza 0 is a fantastic game, but again, we can't show it on this channel. Hitman is great, can't show it.
I mean, the thing about a YouTube channel is, like, it's not like when people stop watching a series, they don't write an email.
When did that happen?
Like,
when did No Man's Sky appear on Switch 2?
People
they just snuck that in there.
People don't write an email and say, I was watching this for 5 days, and now I have made a huge decision in my life that I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna continue watching this series because it is not worth my time, and I feel that this game isn't good enough for me anymore. Nobody writes that. Yeah. What they usually do is they get distracted by something else that's more exciting.
Yeah.
They, oh, I don't know if you heard me.
Oh, I did hear you.
Okay, they usually get distracted by something that's more exciting. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when we talk about a drop-off of a game like Mario Kart, we're not saying that people have made a decision they don't like it anymore. We're saying it has a drop-off factor, which means people get excited about something that's more exciting. Cyberpunk, whatever, is going to be the next thing that grabs people's attention, other than Mario Kart after a few weeks.
But yeah, it has a robust lineup, but you know, I still say, like, in terms of launch lineups, the best launch lineup that I remember for a Nintendo system was whatchamacallit, was the Wii U. 33 launch titles.
It was, a lot.
We covered, out of the 33 launch titles, we did 15 games.
Yeah, we did everything on the Wii U.
We did 15 games in the span of November until February. So 4 months of Wii U coverage of, like, as many games as we could. And we did was known as highlights, because even a highlight video of, like, an hour video posting, like, of I don't know, I think we did Dynasty Warriors and other things, that paid us back the game with just that one video.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we could afford to show as many Wii U stuff as possible.
Right.
Yeah. And then we did full series of things like Arkham Armored Edition, and we never did Nintendo Land, though, which was very surprising that probably would have hit really hard too. I don't know why we didn't do Nintendo Land. I don't remember the reason. Probably because we were really busy with Skylanders and Arkham. I don't know, though. It's too long ago.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess we have a smaller group. So I'm going to play with you guys again in Versus. And then I guess I can do I don't know. People just don't want to play tonight. Maybe they got work. Don't know. But I usually racing with like 15 of our viewers. I'm only racing with like 5 of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why people don't want to play today.
Maybe it's too late for them. Like, usually when I do the online streams, like, racing with people, it's like 6 o'clock. So it could be, you know, people have work, they got school. A lot of people are in college.
I mean, if I had to guess, I'd guess people didn't get the notification because we weren't streaming all day.
This stream was not set up overnight. I decided on doing Mario Kart after talking with my dad. Like when the Ace Attorney thing, the long play of the Ace Attorney was going. My dad was like, he was like, what are you going to do tonight? I said, oh, I'm going to relax playing some Zelda. And he's like, oh, he says, didn't that Mario thing come out? He's like, oh yeah, Mario Kart? So while I was talking to my dad, I made the thumbnail for Mario Kart, and I figured more people would be on and want to play that. The Zelda stuff is getting very interesting, though. We're back in... We have 10 hearts. I think we need 13 to get the Master Sword. I don't remember.
Oh.
Jackson will tell me later. I've done 27 shrines. I have 10 hearts. I paid my house off. I'm helping with Terrytown a little bit, and I've defeated 1 Divine Beast so far. So the next Divine Beast that I'm going for is Rivali. Vegeta.
Oh no.
Yes. Vegeta. That's where I'm heading. So, he's a fun character. He's totally...
Yeah.
Well, he's very competitive. He's very snarky to the main hero. So Link is kind of like Goku in that regard, like the relationship between Goku and Vegeta. You know, Rivali is definitely his rival. He both likes Princess Zelda and he wants people to recognize his talents, which he believes he's superior to Link. So that right there, you can't beat the Vegeta comparison. You know? It's pretty cut and dry.
Link is Goku.
Yeah. Yep.
And Rivali is Vegeta.
Link is the main character, and Rivali has main character syndrome. Like, he's aware that he is powerful, but he's not as powerful as the main character, so he doesn't have plot armor. So no matter, and of course Rivali died, so I mean there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He died. He was mad.
Well, he's super mad because he got wrecked by a Ganon blight monster.
No.
Yeah. But we won't see Rivali tonight. Like, it's gonna take... In order for me to walk through the winter area, because I still have to do a number of shrines.
Oh yeah, I remember
order to
the
get the Master Sword.
first time we did the Rivali boss.
Mm-hmm.
That was insane. Him darting all over, shooting tons of arrows. It was like, what is this?
Well, that wasn't Rivali. That was his descendant.
Oh yeah.
I forgot the descendant's name. My dad doesn't watch my live streams. He says they're too long. They are. My mom and dad watch our shorts. They like our cats. They came to the house and they were like, "Where are the famous kitties?" And immediately they came in the house after they gave us a hug. They looked for the cats. My parents really love cats.
Our cats are more famous than us.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, yeah.
That's probably true.
I would just be open a Kwingsletsplays spin-off like TikTok and just have it be the cats. I'd be totally fine with that. The Kwings cats. It's called Link and Zelda. Link and Zelda TikTok.
Cats are us.
Yep.
Yeah, his little Italian like gondola boat like driver or whatever is it was pretty cute.
Kwings cats. Second race.
Second race, just like the first, a little bit louder and a little bit worse.
Oh, I haven't won at all. Personal subscribers, they buried me. But here's the thing, what I would like to see, they have all these GameCube games that they teased, right?
Yeah.
Where, like, June is going to be over soon. Like, 2 weeks, June will be over. I would love for them to release Mario Sunshine or some type of classic, you know, GameCube game that gets that beautiful HD treatment that the 3 games have gotten so far that are on the GameCube thing.
Yeah.
I'd love for them to start releasing more GameCube stuff, like at least once a month. Because, you know...
the GameCube games that are really cool. Yeah.
As far as I know, Amber, there's only 4 games for Switch 2 coming out in July. One is Donkey Kong, one is, I think, Mario Party Jamboree, and then the other one is, like 2 RPGs.
I feel like we would have done really well if we still had our future gaming channel, because we could have covered all these games like Cyberpunk and
Hitman.
I'm very excited about the 007 game.
That is not M-rated.
That's not M-rated?
Nope, that's going to be rated T.
Wow.
Yep.
I would not imagine a spy game where they would license.
Most Bond games are... There's only been a couple that have been rated M. Yep. Most Bond games are rated T for teen. Supposedly, this Bond game is going to be rated T for teen.
Wow. Well, actually, if I look at it, they didn't really show anything that was M-rated.
I mean, that could change. That could change, but they've noticed that when they make Bond games that are rated R or rated M, they don't sell as well. So Agent Under Fire, I believe, our GoldenEye sold more than From Russia with Love. From Russia with Love with Sean Connery technically is an M-rated game. The 2 or 3 Daniel Craig games that released, like the remake of GoldenEye on Wii, and the GoldenEye game on Wii U, I think it was, which was about just not GoldenEye, but they used the name GoldenEye Rogue Agent or whatever. I think that was rated M. And then they had 007 Legends on Wii U, which was also a T-rated game.
Oh, wow.
So most Bond games are rated T, so I have a strong suspicion, unless they said otherwise, that the next Bond game will be rated T. Because Nintendo really wants the next Bond game to do well.
That makes sense.
But that could change. I don't know. There's a lot of mature games these days. T games are becoming, I wouldn't say a novelty, but there's very few T-rated games. There's usually E-rated now and M-rated. Occasionally you get a T-rated game, whereas before there was a plethora of T-rated games.
Yeah, like a lot of them. 'Cause, I mean, teenagers play games. Makes sense.
Do I think Multiverses will be on Switch too? No, it's dead. Why would they? No. The only superhero game that I think will come to Switch 2 will be Marvel Rivals in the fall. Unfortunately, I mean, you were there for our finale with Multiverses, right? Multiverses is dead. It's over.
Man, they would have. The only reason I feel like Multiverses probably wouldn't be on there is because they'd have to have a team of people bringing it over there, and they've already discontinued online. So it'd be a ton of work to try to bring it offline.
The game studio that made it was all fired. They're done. Multiverses is RIP.
R.I.P.
Yep. You can play, if you were lucky enough to download Multiverses and log into it before they pulled the plug, you have access to what's known as the offline mode, and whatever things you managed to get in the game before they pulled the plug, you keep. Characters, costumes, stages, but you can, the only thing that we can do with Multiverses, Amber and I, is we can fight each other. But no one will watch those videos anyway, so... Yeah.
Also, Multiverse, when they announced the reason why we might not do it, maybe we could do it like once a month if we really wanted to, and we would know we would lose anything. But if people really wanted to see it, but I feel like one of the reasons why I feel like it wouldn't be worth it to waste videos on Multiverse, even though I would love to, is like that it fell off so hard as they announced it.
I already did everything I could. I mean, this race got messed up. I mean, I knew something was up when we went from, we had like 75 people watching, and it bumped up to 125. So, yeah, the usual suspects. I mean, it's not like I'm winning the race anyway. I'm just Ow. Okay, that was a delayed reaction there. I kind of like the giant mushroom. They add a little, like, turbo boost when you're the giant mushroom now, so it's not like you just kind of move slow.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep, see how it's got the turbo boost behind it when you go big, so then you have a chance to actually run people over.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was trying to find more Luigi stuff. I mean, there's a website where I can go and get like most of this stuff. Find the location of where all these skins are or whatever. Hello. No, I don't want to drop any lower than I am. No, fortunately.
Oh no.
Yeah, we do know that the Bond game is coming out on other systems. It was announced first on Switch 2, though. During the Nintendo Direct for the Switch 2 is when they first announced the Bond game was in development. Later, get it.
Hey, we got more people in here. Awesome.
Really?
Oh, we got one more person.
Would you like to play?
I can play.
All right. I need to go.
I might have to get some tea at some point.
Okay.
But I don't know. Okay, I don't know.
So if you want to display your code, wait, where's your glasses? Where did you last have them? Oh, they're on me. Okay.
Oh,
Well, that's a problem.
I think I gotta get some tea.
Why don't you? I'll flash the code. You go
Yeah,
grab
I'll go
some
grab
tea.
some tea while you get
Yeah.
the code.
If you guys, Amber wants to play, so if you guys would like to race with Amber, that's the code. 222. The flowers are nice. It's fine, honey. It's just. Yeah, origin story of Bond. Yeah. Disappointed people want to race with Amber. I mean, we have a small group here tonight. I don't know what it is, but you know, people are busy with other stuff. So,
I'm ready.
all right, I flashed the code. So, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing a series of 3 races with Later Gator, Helgi, Maximus, Maki, Jacob, and Super Yoshi. So you go in here. Do you want to play as Luigi, or you want to be a different character?
I can be as little gondola Luigi.
Do you want to be Gondola Luigi? Okay.
Yeah.
So here you go.
Okay.
It'll go through 3 races.
Dear sweetheart, thank you.
Yep. And if you need to do more races, Amber, you go to Start Game, and then you just select that.
Start game. Okay.
Okay.
If I need to do more, then I go start game and I do the versus race. Okay, guys. Don't forget to keep watching the shorts. Helps out a lot. Thanks everyone for the help. Well, I'm gonna check. This one looks fun, even though Starvey looks fun. Alright, we got Later Gator, Helge, Super Yoshi, Jacob, Maximus, and somebody else. Here we go. And there's somebody in a little toilet having ice cream. Ice cream. Wow, so many people, so we're playing with other people online. Guys are the motorcycle is actually kind of fun to drive. It runs really easy. I don't know what a golden shell is. I think that's what it's. Alright, great job everybody. And thanks for watching the shorts, everyone. Oh wow. Whoops. Way at the bottom there. Alright, hi Jacob, hi Later Gator, hi Helge, hi Nintendo Pin Super Yoshi, hi Granddaddy Otaku, hello Leroy, hi Brady, hello Juan, hi Shadow Trooper, and hi Miss Deanna, hi Maximus, hi Jacob, hi everyone, hope everyone stays great today. Oh, I didn't realize what I have to do. How do I do that? Oh, it says the next screen. Hi Later Gator. Hi Super Yoshi. I don't understand what Oh, that's how I do it. I think DK Pass looks cute. You guys can vote for whatever you guys like. Thanks for watching the shorts in the background, everyone. It helps out tremendously. Thank you, everybody. Alright, we've got Maximus, Jacob, Super Yoshi, and Peter. Alright, let's go. Okay, I need better with this one. One thing I do like about having 24 people is it's not just my own viewers. So I don't feel as bad about having to go through ourselves because I might be a random person online and I don't have to feel bad about that. Wow. Sorry guys, I was cooking for a really long time today. I am just completely like, that's probably why it's Wow, everyone is too far up there. Well, if I hadn't accidentally... Well, maybe we can have one of those. Oops, sorry guys, I am just really... Like, I basically was cooking like the entire day today. I made and some other things in the oven. Cream cheese wontons and egg rolls. Then I made lo mein and I made fried rice and I made salad and I was gonna make Asian coleslaw, but I didn't, or the recipe for it online, but I didn't actually get to it. I would love to like make it and see if folks really like it. I could put it in like a little baggie and see if they want to try it. Alright guys, wait until next week. Okay, I'm gonna grab some more of my... No, I'll look at the super chat. Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, sorry about that. Alright, thank you Granddaddy Otaku says, hear me out. Zelda racing game with all the characters from across the games. My logic is undeniable. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we already have Link in one of the Mario Kart games. The Tokyo donation thing is, but thank you Granddaddy Otaku. Thank you very much for the super chat. The course has been selected. Okay guys, I'm gonna try to drink more of my tea. Oh, I should have tried to get a different costume. Alright, I can see you later, Gator, Security, Housing, and everybody else. Wow, I kind of thought this would be a breeze, but it's actually quite deep. Oops, I kind of messed that up. Sorry, guys. bullet bill helps me cover everyone. Probably not, but it helps a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. I am so sorry. I'm just like I just had the longest day. I've actually been up since 5 this morning. Sorry about that. Oh, poor Luigi. Oh. It's okay, I'll keep drinking my tea. Hopefully we can get one of these where I can win. Yeah, we just live in the Philadelphia area. Also, Luke and I generally only look at the sports teams that we know growing up. We didn't grow up in Pennsylvania, so neither of us really root for Pennsylvania teams. But I don't mind Pennsylvania teams. I mean, I don't actually know who any of the Pennsylvania teams are. I'm pretty sure the Steelers are huge around here because I always see tons of Steelers merchandise. And also, Pennsylvania State University is all over. There's tons of locations of Pennsylvania State University all over the state. And that's a huge thing that people root for. Like, I know Luke has family that is Steelers fans. Luke's a fan of New York Yankees, and I'm probably a fan of the Cubs, since I come from Illinois. But, yeah, a lot of people, like Luke's dad lives in New York, and he roots for the Steelers. Yeah, very true. We're closer to. We don't live in Philadelphia, but we're closer to the. There's two different sides of Pennsylvania. There's a right side of it, like eastern side of Pennsylvania, and western. Pittsburgh is more on the western half of Pennsylvania. So I think Philadelphia is more on the eastern half. So one of the biggest cities around where we are is Philadelphia, but we'd have to drive up there for the day. We definitely live in the Philadelphia area, but oh, you're playing as everyone's favorite character, a cow? That's what's so many. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, on the days where I don't have family, then I'm like doing deliveries, and on the day that I did have family, sorry I got hit. I just... Oh my gosh. I'm on the board with one. Wow, I just... Oh, I'm not making this character look very good. Switch to somebody else. And I mean, I'd probably be able to do this fine. It's very, I'm very exhausted today. I've been up 5 and I just, basically I had to, I did a whole bunch of stuff today. I had to make sure, I basically had to tidy every room and then rush around, make sure to do the Donkey Kong thing, and I just was, then I was on my feet cooking for like the last 4 hours. Alright, okay. Oh wow, so it goes right there. I don't know if okay, well I guess I'll try this character. Alright, let's go, little Blue Yoshi. We've got this. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh. So sorry, everybody. I don't. Oh my gosh. Well, Sherlock will be back down soon.
Exciting!
Okay, guys. here. I'm sorry. I'm here. Alright. Alright, guys. I'm ready to go. Oh. Sorry. Oh. Wait a second. I don't know how to back out. I don't. I'm here with Peachy Shine is in here with me, but and Cosmic. I don't know what you mean exit out of the race. I'm in a race right now. How could I? Why would I want to exit? I am playing with 2 people. I thought there were only 4 people playing anyway. I guess I'll play as this dolphin. No, I'll play as somebody that stands. Let's see, who should we play as? Overalls Peach looks cute. Lockatoo! He's adorable. Oh, I'm not on the friends button? Oh, sorry about that, guys. Alright, I guess I'll go with Lockatoo. Thanks later, Gator. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone, Super Yoshi, and everybody. Okay guys, so we've got a couple people in here. I think first...
No, Zelda!
What's she doing? Oh, I've just been here this whole time, Luke. I don't...
Now it's a new place. Now it's a new place!
Okay, I will go take care of it.
Alright guys, you ready? And we have to keep going because we're Mario Kart's still under 1,000. So we've got Super Yoshi, OH, Cosmic, VG Shine, Chicken, Soul Flare, Later Gator. And we're doing Knockout, so. I guess that works. Oh! This little guy? I'm just angry. I can't leave for like 20 minutes without. Did you make bread? Oh, you made, that's a what is that? That's a one thing. Egg roll. Right? Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm a little preoccupied. She disappears like a ninja. There's no way to know it. Funny, you've been cooking since like 6 in the morning. It's 10 o'clock at night. I have the rest of it. Oh, he does. Who is this, a little cloud guy? You got the little cloud guy? Rocketoo, okay. Okay. Set up Jotaro's late night stream. Should have seen her. Came down the stairs. She had a look of horror on her face. It's like, if she knows she's doing something wrong, why does she keep doing it?
Yeah.
This goes beyond trolls. Go to bed early. By 7 o'clock they were getting tired. No, they're happy for them. They only wanted to visit us tomorrow. A lot of people are talking about it. People are mad on Twitter. Let's see. People are fighting over continuity, the fact that Pauline's a little kid. What else are they fighting over? They're saying that Nintendo copied Astrobot. All kinds of like.
How did Nintendo copy Astrobot if Astrobot thanked Nintendo for making platformers great?
Yeah. It really feels like a lot of the Switch 2 hate seems manufactured.
It is manufactured by a wave of people that have drama channels that all they do is do drama videos, and because the game industry is changing back to normal, they just, this Nintendo releasing the Switch 2 is the first thing that happened after, there was really no more drama. Like, this is the first system release after, on the way, it's like you have an angry gang of bikers, and they're all riled up, and on the way home, there's a little mom and pop store, and they just had to go take their anger out on them. That's how I feel Nintendo is. It's like, you have this angry gang of drama channels, and they've gotten all riled up, and they have nowhere to go. They need to go home, but they don't want to go home because they want to make money on YouTube, but there's no more drama to make money on. So Nintendo's sitting there as this little mom and pop store doing absolutely nothing, and they decided to go ransack their store and rob it.
Interesting.
That's what I really feel like this whole thing is about, because they need to make money, so they just latch onto anything literally, it's like gamers were saying stuff like, I don't know how I feel. Like, gamers were doing gamer videos about it. Like, oh, let's see if the Nintendo Switch 2 lives up to the hype. I don't know how I feel about this. So drama channels took it way further. Like, oh, you don't know how you feel about this? So you hate Nintendo? So you hate Nintendo? It's like, no, I wasn't saying that. I was just doing my normal gamer thing. Like, you completely misunderstood what I was saying. It would be like... I don't know. It would be like... It's like they're looking in on the gaming industry, not understanding how gamers are. Gamers, like you said, like... It would be like if somebody was watching your grandma root for her favorite team. And she was saying, you know, like, get the ball, and she was like, you know, you call that batting and stuff like that. And they came in and they were like, oh, I see. This little elderly lady hates this team. And then they wrote all these drama articles about her and how she hates this team. But in reality, they were completely lying and taking it completely out of context because she doesn't hate the team. That's her favorite team. That's what I think the drama channels are doing, is they watched gamers who liked Nintendo and were just critiquing their favorite brand, and they completely took it out of context and decided that they would lie and say that gamers hate Nintendo and that nobody wanted to buy the Switch 2. And it's hilarious because that's exactly what they said. There was all these drama channels that said, no one will be buying the Switch 2. Tons of people. Switch 2 is the downfall of everything. This will be their last system. Gamers are mad. No one is buying this. And yet the Switch 2 did outsell everyone, which shows that these drama channels are completely out of their gourd. They have no idea what they're talking about. They're like a person who is watching a group of people joke around and laugh, and they're on the outside of that circle, and then they're just like, ah ha 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 ha, like laughing with them as if they know what is going on when they don't know anything that's happening. They're pretending as though they are in the know of what's going on with the Switch 2, and they don't even... It's hilarious because a lot of these drama channels, you notice a lot of them did these stupid videos that were clickbait that said stuff like, why I won't be buying a Switch 2. And I even got angry back then, and I was like, I know why they won't be buying a Switch 2, because they've never bought a game system in their life.
Dang.
And they never plan to because they're not gamers. But instead they made up reasons why they weren't buying a Switch 2. I'm not buying a Switch 2 because it doesn't have the hardware capabilities that I'm looking for. But if you actually look at the history of their channel, they've never done a gaming video in their life. They probably never played a video game. So when they said that they're not buying a Switch 2 because they don't like the specs or the hardware or the game lineup, in reality they were lying to their teeth, and they never planned to buy a Switch 2 because they are not a gamer. That was the actual reason why they were buying it.
Yeah, but it's really weird to me because it's like Nintendo fans seem fine with the Donkey Kong thing. Like even people, like there are some good posts where people say, you know, there isn't really a Mario continuity, so it doesn't matter, or maybe it could be an elsewhere. It doesn't really matter.
Like when I was growing up, everyone was like, wow, like you're amazing. You did Pauline power. Then they're like, we did Pauline again, sport. You know, and then they were looking like, oh my gosh, Randy, Cranky Kong. You know, all these references. Like, look at all these powers he can do. And, you know, so, and not to mention, like, the really cool singing cutscene. So, I think you're right. I think, like, these people are just, you know, it's funny because, you know, first gamers have been hit from one side of the crazy train. It's like getting hit by a train and then after your vehicle is just limping away from the train hitting you, now a bus comes and finishes you off because it's like, literally 5 years from gaming activists infiltrating the industry.
Yep.
Then you had these drama channels latching onto this gaming activist thing. And they didn't actually care about the gaming industry. The drama channels didn't care. They just wanted to make money on the drama people. They could care less. If the gaming industry went down in flames, they would not at all. They did not care about any kind of integrity in story writing or keeping true to the characters of the game. They don't care that at all. They care about making a video where they sit there ranting forever. Whose character looks ugly? I'm not gonna play a game like this. She looks awful. What kind of piece of trash game is this for a 9-hour rant? Them sitting here doing that. Like, it is not... That is not a critique.
I wouldn't say a 9-hour rant. I would say like 30 videos on the same topic.
Right,
yeah.
Like, and those kind of channels are now... You know, like they, it was nice. It was like having an army of bees help you fend off a bear that was attacking you. And now, the army of bees is turning on gamers.
And stinging the gamers.
And they are now, the drama channels are now coming over here, and now they are turning on gaming and being like, oh, Nintendo sucks, Sony sucks. Like they're just, now they're attacking game developers. Now they're attacking game studios. Whereas before they were attacking game actors. So, yeah, I think that this is a complete lie. Like, I think Donkey Kong, I think Mario Kart and Donkey Kong are both gonna sell really well.
I saw the Donkey Kong thing myself, like while we were waiting for the Mario Kart stream to improve or whatever. I watched, it was like a 17-minute direct. It looked interesting to me, like the Pauline mechanic, I'm on board with that. Donkey Kong changing into different power-ups looks fun. The classic Donkey Kong music, I'm on board, we heard the DK rap. I was happy to see Diddy and Dixie, even for like a brief second. I'm totally covering the game when it comes out. And, I'd like to try to test out that 2-player feature with Pauline and Donkey Kong too, because Pauline shoots giant words at people. That's kind of neat. So.
Thanks later, Gator. Yeah, exactly. It's like.
But I have noticed a shift. Instead of them in between making videos about the Fantastic Four, since the Fantastic Four movie's going to be terrible, they're not really touching Superman because they feel like the Superman movie's going to be normal. But at the same time, they're still making all these videos making fun of Nintendo for just Nintendo being Nintendo. It doesn't make any sense. It is 100% a grip.
It's hilarious that, some crazy people have accused, like, our channel of being drama channel, when in reality we have used titles for clickbait just like everyone else does, because that's the only way you can get views. Yep. However, when you actually click on the actual video, it's not sitting there for an hour going, this sucks, what a piece of trash, what a piece of utter garbage, that is on fire, what a piece of garbage. Like, that's their drama. I have seen those drama channels. They don't make very many points. They just continue to repeat the same thing over and over again that they think it's trash. Over and over and over and over again. They don't have actual reason to back up anything they're saying. So, like, the fact that it's like, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they are, like, the drama channels are turning at Nintendo. Because they misunderstood Nintendo fans saying, hey, we want this and this, Nintendo, because we're loyal fans and we really like buying your products, and we're just letting you know what we like because we care if you listen to us. They took that out of context and they decided to lie and say gamers hate Nintendo, which is complete falsity. That could be a video right there explaining how drama channels are, like, ridiculous. It's stupid to even get involved with this.
They're trying to find a way of... I think that this is what I kind of like about side-scrollers a little bit, and I appreciate what they're doing. They know that the war is over. They know that activists are on their way out, and, that stuff is all being, taken care of. So in order to become recognized as something other than just like, you know, talking about drama every day, you have to, you know, shift your business focus, and that's what they're doing with their, essentially their new screw attack.
They have to, because they can't keep talking about, you can't keep talking about problems that aren't there.
No, because, I mean, it's woke fatigue. Like, people are tired of talking about it. Like, you know, there's no reason, like, once somebody is down, there's no reason to come up with a bat and finish them off, because, I mean, they're like dying fishes. No, they are. Like,
I know.
They're being run out of the game industry. All their influence is being, like, drained. So many games coming out over the next 2 years proves that, you know, like, gamers wanted attractive-looking characters. They wanted cool female characters.
And that came back mainly.
Yeah, and that stuff all came back. So, I mean, like, everything that these people say now is just nobody's going to pay attention to them anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, the fact that some of these people are still making big waves on Twitter and stuff trying to drag this on when everybody knows it's over. Like, the activists know it's over, the gamers know it's over. There's no point to continue it. So you have to get back to, if you're a regular gaming channel, you have to get back to what makes gaming fun. You know, talk about, like, upcoming games. Talk about your favorite developer. Make top 10 videos. Talk about, tier list. Gaming tier list videos. Who your favorite character to play is, what a lot of retro nostalgia stuff is popping back up again, you know? So it's like, as a YouTuber, you always have to constantly reinvent yourself. You do, because, like...
Yeah, because there are different waves of... And also, people get bored of a certain topic if too many people are doing it.
It's a fad. Like, this whole, like, woke era, or whatever, was a fad. It lasted for, like, 6-7 years. It's done. Before that, we had, like, people were always talking about feminist frequency or whatever for, like, 4 years. And then there was Comicsgate and Gamergate and all this other stuff. It goes in seasons. Like, it's around for a little while, but it's not constant. The thing that's always constant is games are fun. There's lots of exciting games to talk about. There's lots of great games to experience, to play, to showcase. You know, as gaming channels, that's the main thing, right? So you can't hold on to this thing that probably did make them a lot of money for 6-7 years, no doubt. But that stuff isn't going to continue anymore because it didn't exist prior to, like, 2018. It just wasn't around. You know? Alright, guys, one last push on the shorts, and then we can get the Zelda music started, and I can have some dinner. Because I've only had, technically, lunch today. Retro gaming is fine. Yep, retro gaming's making a comeback.
Yeah, drama sells. Exactly, United Thrive.
But yeah, like, I was looking at the Donkey Kong stuff, and I was just like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, there's nothing wrong with what they showed. And, you know, I didn't see all the people talking about stuff on Twitter. Like, I saw the trailer for myself and watched the whole thing. And then when I was updating my Twitter, I was like, oh, okay, so this is what... But I couldn't even relate to them. It's like, I don't even understand why people are mad about this. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It does not compute. You know? It's like, it's weird. And it's just, like you said, it's like, because the people complaining about this stuff, they weren't gamers to begin with. They saw that there was a way to come into the game industry because they were basically people that made fun of, like, comic books, and they made fun of movies, and they, you know, kind of inched forward, and they tried to pretend to be one of us. They tried to do gamer slang. They tried to do the mainline thing of, oh, this is my favorite Mario game, or I'm going to have arcade machines in the background because I can afford to buy them, or whatever. Yeah. You know, they would do whatever they could. They would change their background, whatever. I wanted to give some of the benefit of the doubt because I've talked to some of them, but some of the questions that I've asked them over the years, like, you know, what's your favorite game, what's your favorite genre, they only talk about the popular games. Like, usually when you talk to a gamer, they could love a really obscure game that nobody knows about, you know? Something that they might have played that was an indie game, or something that might have been like a non-third or first-party Nintendo game on the NES or the Super Nintendo. And that's how you're kind of like, okay, you know, this person gets it. Because it's very easy to say my favorite Zelda, or my favorite this, my favorite that, whatever.
My favorite Zelda game is whatever is trending.
Whatever is popular, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I lost.
Yeah.
Make sure you get some vitamins and minerals. I forgot to take my vitamins today. I did. I need to do that. I will do that. But I'm gonna have my dinner. You might have to do a cold stop. Guys, if you don't want the stream to end immediately, we gotta have you guys run the shorts. We're at 10:38 and dropping rapidly.
Thank you for the super chats, Warrior of Justice. 2 super chats there. Says, God bless you, Mr. Luke and Lady Amber. God bless you, Warrior of Justice. Make sure you get some vitamins and minerals, says Warrior of Justice.
Oh yeah, fighting games are making a huge comeback. In the next 2 or 3 years, there's tons of fighting games that are on the docket. Yeah?
Thank you, Warrior of Justice. You're breathtaking. Thank you so much for the help.
Which makes me really happy because, like, fighting games, when I was a kid, fighting games were huge. Like, fighting games dominated video games from, like, 1992 all the way until, like, 1997. And then FPS started to really, you know, dig its heels into gaming with GoldenEye and then Halo and stuff like that, and it kept going. So it's great to see, like, fighting games starting to really, you know, get popular again, because they were kind of like, they became a niched franchise. Like, you know, Street Fighter 4 and 5 were popular, but it wasn't enough for everybody to make, like, so many fighting games again.
Yeah.
And I see, like, from 2024 until probably 2027, 2028, we're going to get a more, like, constant release of fighting games. Which is great, because I think that, you know, that genre is a lot of fun. And it's been almost 30 years since it was, like, the most popular genre.
Yeah, I saw like that Marvel's fighting game looked amazing.
Yep, there's going to be a lot of fighting games. Whereas before, like, we would get trickle releases of fighting games over the past, like, 15 years. Not like a constant, like, okay, here's a fighting game. You'd get, like, a new fighting game, like, every 3 years or something. Injustice. You'd get a new Mortal Kombat. You would get, like, maybe a new Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue. Occasionally a new Street Fighter, but mostly they just kept milking the DLC. You know, to just keep, like, okay, here's a new Street Fighter character for this game you already have.
Right.
So they would do that because it was too much of a risk to release a brand new Street Fighter game every 3 years. So they would milk a game for like 5 years. Just adding DLC. DLC Wave 1, DLC Wave 2, Season Pass, you know, all this other stuff.
Dude, and you saw yeah, thank you again, Warrior of Justice. Jotaro was saying retro stuff went away in the West. As all those devs chased how to see every pore on a person's face. But in Japan, meanwhile, they've always had plenty of companies that make like retro style games. I don't know if they were
there are some retro games that have released because of indie developers, but it didn't quite feel like indies, or it didn't feel like retro stuff because they were pushing, you know, stuff. They were using the mask of retro to basically, you know, market their ideology and stuff like that. There was some cool retro stuff that did release that was great, but then there was weird stuff too, so it was kind of like, you know. But retro is making a comeback. Like, there is at least 3 or 4 games that I know of that's on my radar that I don't remember the name of, but I've been following them on Twitter. There's 2 beat-em-ups that are retro style. Looks really interesting. It's supposed to be coming out this fall. You have a new platform like ninja game that's not Shinobi or Ninja Gaiden. Brand new game that looks like it's similar to what's the name of that game? Bionic Commando and the original Shinobi, and even Strider. So it's got like Strider elements. And this is an indie game that uses like beautiful like 2D animation. Very, very retro inspired. And then you have a bunch of other like retro games that they announced during the PC gaming thing, which PC gaming show was a lot of fun. So a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm excited about it, and yeah, Dark Judge was saying some stuff. Yeah, definitely. The eyes. The reason why Astrobot was really what made it stand out was its representation of other games. I agree with that. I mean, that's one of the things that made it stand
Well,
out.
Astrobot was a love letter to platformers. Like, everything about Astrobot was like, the people who played that even admitted they were inspired by, like, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, Banjo-Kazooie, you know, things like that. Like, the platformer, the 3D platformers, like that era. So, Astrobot had just so much love to give fans of that genre. And what was great about Astrobot is it opened up the door to people who aren't really into the big, you know, platforming niche or whatever.
Yeah.
It gave them the opportunity to, you know, experience what, you know, platforming gaming is like. And I thought the little robot was cute, and I loved all the levels. It was a very challenging game. There was free DLC, or free, updates that made the game more difficult, challenging. They had a lot of nostalgia with, like, classic PlayStation characters you could find, or original PlayStation exclusive characters.
Yeah.
It'd be like the little people that you would rescue. You would jump on the giant PlayStations and have, like, this epic space battle where you'd see, like, the original PlayStation, the PS2, PS3. I loved all that stuff. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
I never got around to doing all the little DLC updates that happened. Apparently there was one for Sockboy. There was one for another thing.
Yeah.
They keep
But it
adding
is weird
stuff.
that they tried to say like that. You know, like that Donkey Kong is somehow copying off of Astrobot, which is insane. I think the only similarities between Donkey Kong and Astrobot is the fact that Astrobot is a platformer in the style of Mario Galaxy or Mario, you know, Odyssey, and because Mario Galaxy and Mario Odyssey, you cannot really see it high definition because it is on, you know, the Switch and the Wii. Maybe because Astrobot was on a high definition system when Nintendo finally made a platformer on the Switch 2, which is more high definition, then they see it as copying.
No, it's 4K, honey. We've had high definition game consoles since the PS3.
What I mean is when it was on a more high definition system, more up to the same scale as PS5.
Okay, yeah, that would be 4K.
Mm-hmm.
I lose
so when it
all
has
these different resolutions.
When it has a similar resolution to PS5 or close to it, that's probably why they're saying it's copying, because they're saying, oh, now you've decided to make a high resolution platformer.
Okay. And this is why these people are fake journalists,
Which
too.
is ridiculous,
is because
they made the platformer that went with their system.
Before Astrobot, Mario Odyssey had power-ups where Mario turned into things. His little hat would go on to stuff and he would transform into different things. So them saying because Donkey Kong has power-ups, that would mean that Nintendo stole the idea of power-ups from, you know, Astrobot. Which, again, Astrobot is a great game. Lovely game. But, you know, they've already admitted that they were heavily inspired by things like Mario Odyssey, Mario Galaxy, all that stuff. So the idea that a new Nintendo platformer would come out and the main character would have the ability to use power-ups to transform and fly and dig and whatever. I mean, you can just go back to something like Mario Odyssey, which is from 2017, you know, and be like, hey, Mario turned into this and that, you know, isn't Astrobot copying that? Of course it is. But, you know, it's silly that these people are making all these, like, very angry videos tonight, like, Astrobot being ripped off by Donkey Kong and Nintendo.
It reminds me of when people used to say that Nintendo didn't make very good games because of the Wii. This kind of reminds me of that, but it's like the opposite, because they're finally have this great high definition, like, 4K system. And now they're saying the opposite of what they said with the Wii. Instead of when they said on the Wii that they weren't making good enough games, now they're saying, oh, now you guys are making good games just because PlayStation and Xbox did it first. It's like, no, they always made good games. They just weren't 4K because their system wasn't 4K.
There are people with blue check marks. There's also, like, there's a whole... Like, I was crusading against activists for, like, 5-6 years. Now it feels like I'm fighting grifters.
Yeah, because
I don't know anymore.
They're just making up fake drama that doesn't exist.
I had a clear enemy with the activism crowd for, like, 5-6 years, and they're all being unemployed. They're all disappearing. And it's like, now it feels like, it's the difference between like a gamer and somebody dealing with a noob. Like, that's kind of what it feels. It feels like people pretending to be gamers now, which we haven't had to deal with in like 25, 30 years, so it feels weird to kind of... It's like they're trying to roll the clock back, some of these people, to the fight with gamers and non-gamers that happened in like 1998 and like 2002. So it's weird right now. So I don't know. I don't even know how involved I'm going to get, but I'm very passionate about games, so it's possible I'm going to end up fighting with a lot of grifters over the next couple of years.
Oh,
I don't know. You know? I have no idea what's going to happen, but I cannot stand fakes. I don't like fake gamers. It's not that I don't mind casual gamers, but people that, you know, pump up their chest and say they're gamers, and then they say all the wrong answers, and they can't tell me one game that's not mainstream that they enjoyed, or like half of their arguments are things that we've discussed personally for 20 years in the game industry before all this stuff happened. So it's like, it's very easy. Like, I'm no bloodhound, but I've been around a long time as both a game journalist and a YouTuber and things like that. I can sniff out fakes, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just, you know, old training. All right, we got a cold jump. Okay, guys, Zelda has to start immediately. Thank you guys so much for watching. We gotta go.
I didn't read the last super chat.
I will read the next super chat on the next stream. Thank you very much. I believe it was somebody's...
Alex, I think.
Alex was the person? Okay. We're at 970, so we got to get Zelda started immediately. Or I can't fix the channel.
Thank you, Alex, for the super chat. I'm trying to read. I was over...
It says Warrior of Justice.
Thank you, Warrior of Justice. Modern game...
Read it quick.
I can't because there's ads coming all over, honey.
Okay.
I can't. I'm trying to read it, and the ads keep going right in front of me. Modern games have gone too modern. People are going to the past for enjoyment and creativity, which I am all in because these games are Twitter free. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Thank you, Warrior of Justice. You're breathtaking. Thank you for the help.
Yep, we gotta cold stop people because the channel's below 900 views, so we gotta get the next stream music going ASAP. This can happen at sometimes, and my computer's frozen. I can't get the link to the next stream.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's bad. That's totally frozen. Can anybody get the link to the next stream? Because I gotta end immediately. I gotta go. We'll be redirected, but